Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs is what's trending in true crime.
New allegations against Sean Diddy Combs.
An unnamed person has accused the music mogul of and assaulting him.
Sean Diddy Combs of assaulting two boys, one of them very young.
3 new male accusers now say Sean Diddy Combs assaulted them.
The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot.
The hip-hop world is on fire with controversy as yet another bombshell drops. Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most influential figures in the music industry, is now facing a mounting legal crisis.
Combs exploited women and other people for years.
Already battling a wave of lawsuits, the rap mogul is now at the center of 2 shocking new claims that threaten to destroy his empire.
Sean Diddy Combs has been slammed with another lawsuit.
2 more victims, 2 more women that the feds are calling victims of Diddy and his criminal operation.
High-profile attorney Tony Busby, known for aggressively pursuing celebrities in court, has just filed lawsuits on behalf of 2 men who allege they were assaulted by Combs in 2006 and 2009.
Some new lawsuits accusing Sean Diddy Combs of assaulting 2 boys, one of them very young.
Yeah, in fact, the first says the hip-hop mogul assaulted a 10-year-old boy here in the city in a hotel back in 2005.
These lawsuits are just the latest in a growing list of accusations against Diddy, who remains in federal custody on separate criminal charges.
Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and is now in federal custody.
The allegations keep piling up, painting a disturbing picture of abuse, power, and exploitation. With decades of influence in the music world, could this be the moment when the walls finally close in on one of hip-hop's biggest names? Busby, fresh off his legal battle against Jay-Z, which spectacularly collapsed, isn't backing down.
The lawsuit was withdrawn by the accuser's attorney Tony Busby on Friday with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. This lawsuit had originally been filed in December on behalf of a woman only known as Jane Doe, who claimed that Jay-Z and Combs when she was just 13 years old at a house party.
But is he truly seeking justice, or is this just another headline-grabbing lawsuit aimed at a billionaire?
And Jay-Z calls it extortion. And in fact, he is suing Tony Busby over that.
Busby has already filed over 20 lawsuits against Combs, representing both men and women with claims spanning decades. Meanwhile, Combs remains in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn.
Sean Diddy Combs?
Diddy is now at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a place that's been described as hell on earth.
Facing serious charges related to racketeering and trafficking.
The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges.
He has pleaded not guilty, but the civil lawsuits keep piling up.
Sean Diddy Combs has been indicted on serious charges in what prosecutors call a long-running trafficking operation.
As Michael George reports, he pleaded not guilty, and his attorneys say the music mogul will fight this with everything he's got.
Adding more intrigue to this unfolding legal saga, Busby was recently forced to dismiss a lawsuit against another rap icon, Jay-Z. The lawsuit accused both Jay-Z and Combs of assaulting a 13-year-old girl at an MTV Video Music Awards after-party in 2000.
Jane Doe, who claimed that Jay-Z and Combs when she was just 13 years old at a house party following the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards.
But just as the case was gaining traction, Busby abruptly withdrew it with prejudice, meaning it can never be refiled.
The lawsuit was withdrawn by the accuser's attorney Tony Busby on Friday with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled.
Jay-Z immediately declared victory, calling the allegations fictitious and appalling. This shocking turn of events has raised serious questions about the credibility of some of these lawsuits. Jay-Z's legal team took an aggressive approach, thoroughly investigating the claims and pressuring Busby to retreat. The dismissal sent shockwaves through the legal world. Was this lawsuit always weak? Or did Jay-Z's power and wealth expose inconsistencies that couldn't be ignored? Was the case fundamentally flawed from the beginning? Or did Busby underestimate the resources Jay-Z was willing to throw at his defense? Jay-Z's legal team didn't just deny the allegations.
Has actually withdrawn her lawsuit against both men. Both men have denied these claims, and documents submitted by her attorneys.
They dismantled them. They scrutinized every piece of evidence, every claim, and every witness. They reportedly hired top investigators to dig into the accuser's background, looking for inconsistencies, contradictions, and anything that could discredit her story. The result was a legal onslaught that overwhelmed Busby's case, forcing the high-profile attorney to pull the lawsuit before it could cause further damage to his reputation. This raises an important issue. How do these cases hold up under scrutiny? Civil lawsuits, unlike criminal cases, require a lower burden of proof, while criminal cases demand proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Civil cases only require a preponderance of evidence, meaning the claims only need to be more likely than not to be true. This lower standard allows more victims to seek justice, but it also opens the door for potentially frivolous claims to be filed against high-profile figures.
Combs did not do this all on his own.
Their investigation into Sean Combs is ongoing, and now they say they've uncovered criminal conduct that does indeed span 2 decades.
When a defendant has the resources to fight back aggressively, as Jay-Z did, weak cases can collapse under pressure. While Jay-Z has emerged relatively unscathed, Combs remains a primary target.
An anonymous Jane Doe filed a lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of and her at an MTV VMA after party.
Unlike Jay-Z, who faced one major lawsuit, Combs is battling multiple allegations from both men and women across a wide time span. This makes his legal fight far more complex and exhausting. Even if some of these cases are weak, the sheer volume of lawsuits paints a damning picture. The latest lawsuit involves a New Jersey man who claims he was lured into a modeling audition at Bad Boy Records in 2006. According to the lawsuit, the man, referred to as John Doe, responded to an online advertisement seeking hip-hop models. Excited by the opportunity, he provided his name, contact information, and several photographs. Days later, he was contacted by someone from Bad Boy Records and invited to their New York City office for an audition. Dismissals with prejudice are rare, and legal experts say they usually happen when a case lacks substantial evidence, is legally flawed, or is settled behind closed doors. The sudden nature of this case's dismissal has led to rampant speculation. Some wonder whether Jane Doe's claims were simply too weak to hold up in court. Others suspect a private settlement, a move commonly used in high-profile cases to quietly resolve disputes without public scrutiny. And then there are those who believe something much bigger happened, that the lawsuit's dismissal wasn't just about evidence or settlements, but influence and power. Hollywood has long been a world where money and connections determine outcomes, and some believe that powerful forces stepped in to protect the accused. With billions of dollars on the line, brands, sponsors, and industry leaders all had a vested interest in making sure that Diddy and Jay-Z's reputations weren't permanently tarnished. If such intervention did take place, it would hardly be surprising. In the world of celebrity scandals, there's often more happening behind the scenes than the public ever sees. From the beginning, Diddy and Jay-Z vehemently denied the allegations. Their legal teams aggressively fought the claims, arguing that there was no basis for the lawsuit and that their names were being dragged through the mud unfairly. Now, with the case dismissed, their attorneys are celebrating a major victory. For Diddy and Jay-Z, this was not just about avoiding legal trouble, it was about defending their legacies. Jay-Z, one of the few billionaire musicians in the world, has carefully built his image over decades as a cultural and business icon. His investments span everything from music and entertainment to tech startups, sports, and luxury brands. Diddy, always known for his charisma and business acumen, has also carved out an empire across multiple industries.